Okay, welcome back. Let's move on with our lives here. So we're sailing the open seas now. The world has opened up quite a bit, so there's a lot of things you can do from here, and that's exactly what we want to do. Alright, so generally if you take a look at the map, you can see that you can pretty much travel to any location. You can end up in places that are going to be a little bit much to deal with right now. And there's not a lot of ports in the northern area because that's for a good reason, because you're not really supposed to be able to fly or, you know, be able to sail a ship down that way and dock anywhere because the game's telling you you're not supposed to be over there anyway. But if you kind of take a look around the map, and you can see that we have two docks that we haven't been able to access yet to this point, and they're way on the western edge of the west continent that we haven't been able to get to since the beginning of the game, or pretty much at all, because Provoca was about as close as we could get before that mountain range kind of blocked us. And I guess technically we did walk down towards that area, but we were blocked by streams and everything, and I think I showed that in video 2, but I'm not sure. So I like to stick to the edge because I think it's just easier to do it like that. And we'll go ahead and turn on the counters because we want the gold. I was gonna say, I think big eyes can paralyze you. Yeah, these fights are completely useless. They're just really there to be annoying. Oh, our first ambush of the game. Which is really surprising to say that nowhere in the Marsh Cave we ever got ambushed. Oh, I guess we committed. There we go, good job. Ooh, get wrecked. Oh shit. So satisfying when you get all those turns like that. Typically you're probably not even in that position to get that off, but good. Alright, we'll let the white mage shine at this time. These things are kind of dangerous. They're a really nice looking enemy. I mean, obviously centipede, so very cool design and very asshole-ish enemy to deal with right now. But we should be fine because we're way over leveled anyway. I was gonna say they do poison you though. But Look at that experience. That is insane amount. So they're really worth the fight. As you can tell, things are getting much more difficult. Typically, like, you lose the monk or thief in this area pretty badly. You want to get to the crescent town here, so you want to just keep walking. Very dangerous encounters in here, though. There we go. Minotaur hits really hard, so just be ready for him. I get ready to heal, and make sure you cast Ozara. There you go. Alright, Crescent Lake Town. It's going to be a lot more expensive to start staying at hotels now. Or inns. But that's because you're getting a lot of gil at the same time, so. Items still have not changed. You still can buy all the regular stuff. Just plus up on some of those. I will buy 2 more of those. I would probably just stock yourself full of potions now. Just go ahead and just buy a few of these. Ethers are up to you. You can really just buy a shit ton of them if you're really into using the magic. I normally don't really worry about it because it's not going to do me any good. Unless, you know, you're just sitting there, you're spamming magic like crazy. But you can pretty much just run through the entire game, attack everything, and just go. You want to save your magic for those huge encounter groups anyway, not really the smaller, easier ones. Okay, Mithril Mail, Mithril Shield. I want that. Then you get helm and gloves. Shield. And look at that. So you could be full on Mithril here and just have everything. I'll probably opt for that anyway. So we'll just have everything be Mithril. So big upgrades for the knight or the warrior class. Sleeping man, got it. Okay, money is going to be really tight here because level 5 spells are pretty expensive. Oh, they're level 6. Did I miss a place? Hold up. I think I missed a town. Or did I already get? Am I tripping right now? Oh, I did miss a town. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay, so, Protera Exit is a really nice spell, but the problem is that you can't get it just yet. That's a super kick to the nuts. Stona is really good too, but we want to save that for exit, so just ignore that for now. I completely missed the town, I just forgot. Wow. Thundaga, obviously. Death Spell is pretty cool, but it just doesn't work on too many things. And then the rest of these are just, you know, Death, Quake, and Stun are all... Stun being the one that just paralyzes pretty heavy enemies, and that's about it. But Death and Quake are insta-kill spells that rarely ever work, and it only works on one enemy, so it's just a complete waste. If we had MP, it would make a total difference, but just because it's a one-charge spell, you're saving these spells to kind of do better damage, I guess. So, we'll move on from that. Yeah, so I completely missed a town. Right here, though, this is a little secret off to the side area. Bunch of prophets kind of circled up. This is Lucan. They're going to just talk about a bunch of different things. Fiends, the crystals. I am Lucan. Black Love Wrath. Okay. So remember him. We're going to have to come back to him. And I'm going to go back and get what I missed. Okay. Those were worthy upgrades, though, so it's really nice to kind of just handle that now. Don't poison me. Don't poison me. Thank you. We do want the encounters on this land specifically because it's going to give us a lot of gil and whatnot. Except for this fight. This fight can really screw off right now. So let's look at a level, the highest level spell in its category. Yeah, and the silly thing is that you really do want this town coming up too. You can swim off to the side of the edge like this and pop around the other side. Because there were some nice upgrade spells for level 5, and I didn't even go to the damn town. Alright, so there are some, like, things to do on this side, too. Completely forgot about this place, though. Just because we just flew right by and I went straight down. But this is Melmond, I think. Yep. Okay. So, obviously, a very beat-up, torn-up town. They're talking about a vampire, the earth rotting underneath them. You can just see that it's generally bad. So the earth crystal really did a pretty damaging number on them. Right, in the cave on the southern tip of this continent lives a man named Sada. He is wise man knows much. Okay. Which is actually kind of funny too, because we need to do this place. Because this is the first theme of the entire game. So I was about to go and do the harder dungeon first. But I guess it was nice to showcase what I did there. Okay. So again, buy 2 of these. Everything else. So it was kind of nice to show to get the upgrades for the night and everything at that other town, because it's worth your time to go at least to the towns if you can to get those upgrades. Obviously, the money is going to be really probably bad if you're playing it without the boost on or anything like that, and you'll probably spend a couple more minutes grinding away trying to make up that money. There's an NPC here that we do want to remember. This guy. Yeah, you want to remember this guy. Okay. Alright, some good spells here. So, Diaga, attacking spell for against the undead, obviously is really good. We got Kilara, and I would go with Life. So that you can at least get somebody back from the dead in the situation that you lose somebody. And then we got just enough money to get all the stuff we need to. Obviously, Fire Raga is going to be the best spell there. Scourge is okay, but I wouldn't waste money on it because we are going to get something in the future that does that anyway. Teleport's fine. And Slowra is a powerful version of Slow. So just... oh, we won't be able to do this either until for a while. Okay. Let's buy that. So just enough. You can see how expensive it is, though, to carry the kind of party that we have, except for the monk. Okay, so we're on the actual side that we need to be on. And now we have to go to the Cavern of Earth. That's going to be the first fiend that we have to deal with. You can take on the volcano before if you wish to, but just be advised that it's proper to do the Earth Cavern first, then the fire volcano area. Okay, come on. Thank you. Blind does not last outside of battles. Some Final Fantasy games, there will be status effects that last even outside battles. but blind and FF1 does not. So don't worry about it too much. Okay. And then here I would just use a tent. So there is another little side cave off to the left side from where we're at, but we need to go through the Cavern of Earth first in order to collect a item from a vampire boss. So we need to traverse this place, and there will be a lot of. This is another point where we will have to backtrack, go back to the same dungeon, just so that we can meet the final, like the boss of the area or whatever. So just be aware of that. That kind of sucks. But, you know, they had limited map usage, so. Okay, so the Cavern of Earth music is hilarious. So you're going to do a lot of experimentation here. You're going to see there's a lot of rooms. You're going to progress yourself down towards the dungeon. This place and a lot of the versions of the game have some hill Gygus enemies that will show up, and like almost every single tile that you step on will be an enemy placement. So these are fixed encounters, and all this route is for is to kind of just repeat it over and over again just for insane amounts of money. It's probably one of the fastest way to gain gil in the entire game, per like minute, per hour, however you divvy it up. So if you got the time, just come here, spin in circles, get as much money as you need, go buy your stuff, come back, and you're set for the game. So we'll take just one round trip. Now this version, I'm not really sure, but... Okay, so they're set up in this way. Right. Yeah, I would just... Everything you got, I guess. Fuck it. These are tough encounters. But it was really nice going after those upgrades earlier, so we could just do insane amounts of damage. So, alright. In other versions of this game, every little tile would be like an encounter. This time around, they just created like 2 NPC enemy things. You just interact with them, and I guess that's the way you do that one. So but it's the same process. Just go down there, they'll reset, you know, interact with them, and then you'll be thrust into those battles, and you're good to go. Do that as many times as you want. I think that's an ineffective mode, but it's okay. It is what it is. So right now, survivability should be fine. We do have a lot of potions. I'm not really worried about taking damage and stuff like that. So let's start with this top route. Ogre Chief. New one. Just a harder hitting variant. That's all they are. Alright, so Earth Elemental. These guys are considered spellcasters, so if you want to switch your blade, then do it. You can switch blades like mid-fight too, which is a really cool thing in this game. They should be featured in every single one of the Final Fantasy games, but they don't do that. So where I was running away from encounters at Marsh Cave, we are now pretty much going to be locked into fights for the rest of the game. Because we do need the levels and we do need the gil. Black Widows are probably the more dangerous enemies here. So whenever you get a preemptive strike, you kind of want to take advantage and just use attack there, so that you're not wasting magics. I think one of the worst formations is like 9 anacondas. I think that's probably one of the worst things you get in this cave. Cobra is not too bad, they just poison you. But they're the weaker variant, so. Okay. So a pretty tough enemy for a potion. It's pretty jacked up, right? But you saw that that's 3 out of 24 chests got, so that's a pretty big dungeon, that 24 chests having inside of it. Gargoyles are very dangerous. They can cast fire magic. Again, another really pointless item hidden behind a tougher enemy. I'm telling you, the pacing of these games were really terrible back then. And even some of the future Final Fantasies never really learned their lesson, so you're just kind of like, oh. That's why people like typically have like a most hated dungeon or a most hated enemy, because it's like, I already have something better, why are you making me do stuff? And what I should have did was load up on antidotes here, because this place is pretty bad. Okay. Okay, enter a new floor. I don't know, just potion everybody up, get ready for another run. Probably give her full HP. Yeah, these numbers are insane for this cave in general. I mean, we're already kind of approaching more than half HP for max HP as the knight. Okay, then take a look at your map and be like, okay, so where do I go? You can see, like, back then, I'm telling you, you wouldn't be able to see none of this, so you'd have to deduce your routing just by making the mistakes. We do got 1 and 2 doors, so you want to kind of go travel north, or travel south and north and south. Trolls have an interesting ability to heal themselves when it's their turn. It doesn't really do anything, so I don't understand like why it's a thing, but it's a thing. And like I said, just keep continuing on the path. I should have not done that because the werewolves can, or the werewolves can give you poison. You want to target the more deadly things. Oh yeah, they heal themselves too. Forgot about that. There we go. Alright, so remember, pop doors open and then just kind of check around the map, see if any rooms are worth your interest, and they both are. 5 gargoyle fight. Ugh. Normally this kind of encounter would really do some bad wreckage damage. But since we have a lot of upgrades that normally you wouldn't have if you didn't know the game inside out, yeah, this encounter would suck. I don't think these variants are doing fire. I think they just hit more often. Coral Sword. Effective against aquatic enemies. I mean, that would have been nice if we were still on the boat. The leather shield is just a huge slap in the face. I love that treasure. It's so dumb. Tarantula. That's a pretty nasty encounter, but it can be handled pretty easily. such a nasty encounter, man. Right before the exit, please. Yeah. Okay. Next floor. And remember to check your doors, see which ones might be worth to kind of explore. Pretty much every room except for that top left one is going to be worth your time to explore. So you do have to make kind of, decisions here. So just keep moving. Yes, the battles will be long, but it is what it is. Oh my god, I hate when they do that. And I hate when that happens, especially. It's like, really? It's so stupid, man. I hate mummies. Keep them going. Yeah, now you get Pisca Demons as a regular encounter, so you can see the power that you are being given here. Once upon a time, that was a really tough enemy. Probably gave you a couple of game overs. I don't think I've ever seen this formation. Maybe I have, I just don't remember. That's pretty crazy. I'll give it like one Fire-Aga and I'll just throw a heal down. I'd rather not waste my Fire-Aga, but it's okay. We'll dominate the boss either way. There we go. Dang, that dude did a lot of damage. This encounter sucks. I mean, just attack, get a Dialga off. I don't really think you need a Dialga, but we'll shoot for it either way. Fire is okay here too. Then, like any other future zombie encounters, I would just run away from those things because you're just going to get paralyzed every single time. These guys are shit, useless. See, paralyzed? Yep. Paralyzed? Oh. They love picking on the paralyzed people, don't they? Oh, really bad fight here. Ah, damn it. So you don't lose experience points if somebody gets stoned in this version of the game, which I think is great, because stone usually is considered death, because if all of you get stoned, obviously it's game over. But luckily enough, in the Pixel remasters, every single time we play these games, stone will not affect the experience points given to your characters. So you don't need to like kill them and be like, oh, I'm gonna miss out on stuff. You're good. So we can use a gold needle. And the same thing for cockatrices. Those are the rare encounters down here in this part of the dungeon. If you do run into any more, I would probably just run from the fight, because they're not worth the hassle of using all your things. Just get that fight out of the way. So we already knew there wasn't a chest there, but sometimes there isn't like a challenge enemy that you can fight for some skill and levels. And that's basically the 1-2 you want right there. So level 30 is actually really crazy for this part of the game. But we're still being outsped by everything, which is just ridiculous, man. I'm telling you, the stats, the pacing, everything, it just never made sense in this game. Alright. So we are going to get a boss fight here as soon as you interact with the bat. So you do want to make sure that you are at least ready to go for this fight. Same thing exists here, just go at it. Diaga, because he's an undead, being a vampire and all, I would just go full damage here. No need to have like a full setup, because you're going to kill him pretty instantly. Yeah. Like I said, just stupid. Okay, we got a star ruby. We'll just show this real quick. Evil force seems to emanate within, so we don't have the item associated with that just yet. So now you got to do the worst thing in the entire game and run all the way back up. But this is exactly why I'm playing with the boost on, because I basically, with the boost being at a ×4 rate for the gil and the experience, I basically ran through the dungeon essentially twice. And that's going to be the story for the majority of these FF playthroughs as we continuously go on with the games. Just because, you know, again, it's the sake of time and everything. I don't have like 40 hours every single game to just kind of pour out here. And a lot of them are not really that like interesting. It's a great series and everything, but it's just something that's like, okay, we get it. We know what we're doing. But we've seen every enemy up to this point in this cave, so as long as I showcase at least once how to get them, I guess you'll be okay. If not, then it is what it is. So encounter's off. And it's a shame that there's never been like an item that kind of transports you out of the dungeons. I mean, Pokemon thought of it, so it's just really weird how they never allow it. And then we had the exit spell was available to us, but we just don't have the certain requirement for that yet, so that's kind of a little bit of bullshit, but it is what it is. So then just continue your way out of here. Now, what I do like to do is that I do get into these fights because they're just here. Why not? We're just gonna level up. Oh. We want to smack these guys around, defend, and fire Raga. Same setup, smack around, defend, fire Raga. Okay. I'll keep these on for the encounters in the open world just in case we do run into new enemies. I doubt we will, though. Everything you've seen so far is pretty much on the world map on this side of the world. Let me see a new cave down here. I would use a cottage for the first time. Just get full heal. Because this is like sort of like a mini dungeon. Like, and I'm saying mini is real small. But as soon as you walk in here, you'll see this giant. You'll think it's a boss fight. Sadly, it's not. It's a new encounter, Lesser Tiger. The golem will ask for the Star Ruby. Obviously, if you don't have it, you'll have to go to the cave. The girl dancing in town of Cornelia will tell you where the ruby is at. And that's it. He moves away. I wish you could have, like, fought him instead and just surpassed, like it would have been a really hard fight or something, but if you had the right setups and you knew the strategies, you could have just fought him and bypassed the need for a ruby, but they weren't intricate like that just yet. So Giant's Cave has some treasures here. Nothing really new in terms of enemies. The Lesser Tigers were the only things new, but you're going to see a lot of werewolves here. Mithril Helm, the 450 gold. Great Axe. See, nothing really outstanding. That little detour we took to Crescent Town was probably the best thing you'll see. We'll let this ride. Keep it going. A lot of needless, pointless walking around, isn't it? Room full of pots that give you nothing. It's so disappointing. But anyway, talk to this guy. Yeah, defeated the vampire. He was a servant. Okay. Take this staff. Thanks, dude. Restore the crystals to graves, of course. Okay then. So again, sake of time, we'll just turn those off. We're not going to encounter anything new out here. It's just same old shit. And keep running. I think the GBA and the iPhone versions of these games are significantly harder. Maybe. FF1's really not that bad of a game, but it's just so many encounters. It's just ridiculous, the amount of things they do here. We are nice and leveled, so let's just move on. You can take a detour back to Melmont and get his knight armor, but I don't worry about that. It's not going to really help at this stage. Because we're going to pretty much get one for free, and we're going to get a much better situation for ourselves. Okay, so with the encounters off, I'm going to go ahead and make my way back down to where I need to get down to. Because typically, when I re-enter a dungeon that I've already explored, I'm just going to run from the battles to conserve my MP and HP as much as possible. Sometimes they're going to take some damage because these enemies are just fast. Everything outpaces you for no reason. Once you make your way back with the earth rod in hand, you want to come here, and now we will turn it back on. Because I would like the extra levels. And I'll explain probably why you don't want to do ×4 on experience a little bit later, once we actually get to a point in the game where it's going to matter. But to be honest, you can play this entire game as what you are now and you'll win, albeit it'll be harder, but if you're down for the challenge. Okay, so here's what, 6 and 9. Oh, that's 5. Okay, so we got 5 and then 8. So we got 8 chests left. That's basically where they're at. And then eventually we're going to make our way to the bottom floor and encounter the first fiend of Earth. So we'll stop here and then we'll rejoin. Thanks for watching.